Are you a service-based business and want to rank a little bit higher on your SEO? You probably don't have service pages. So what if you could take a Google Sheet that looks like this and be able to put in the cities that you want and say, oh, I'm just outside of Atlanta. So what if you could do, all the cities around here and go choose the service that you want right here. Okay, I want to write a service page for Sonoya for gutters, roofing, inspection. You can write one for all three of them. But your map right here looks like this, and you have all of these cities that you could rank for, that you could go service right this minute. What if you had that in a sheet like this that you can constantly be updating and adding and stuff like that, that automatically spit out a page that look like this that says, oh, roofing in Peachtree City, Georgia. And it has, a Google map, and it has the service area. We only did 2 of them, so it is what it is. You could add your own images for this. It comes with title tags. It comes with content. It comes with a lot of different things. And on the back end, it's optimized as far as it could go really right now. But you could do a little bit more. And also, I give you all the prompts and all the things that could do it, because this is essentially what it looks like. It goes from a webhook all the way through Claude and into your website and updates. But everything is revolved around here. Once you set it up, that's what happens. So let's get into it. Let's get started on how to automate your service pages to boost your SEO and be able to compete with all those other big brands and stuff like that. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you what you need first. So for one, you need to have a website. So you got to be able to have a place to be able to take the content, put it into WordPress. It is what it is. Next up, you're going to need make.com. So make.com, Zapier, we're using Make. Zapier is the same thing, but just you'd have to figure out how to do it on Zapier. We have a link down below to get Make gives you a free 1,000 1,000 operations for free on their free account. We have a link down below that is our affiliate link. So if you want to use it, go ahead. We need a blank Google Sheet, because this is going to be kind of our operations. This is going to be our hub for a lot of different things, and you're going to see how we're going to be doing all this stuff, and it's going to make sense once we get done. And then over here, Google Sheets, Google Docs. I have kind of some stuff already prompted out, already created and prompted and stuff like that. So don't worry about screenshotting this. I'm going to have all of this stuff in our video library as well as down below in this video. So you can use these prompts, make them better however you want to, stuff like that. But yeah, let's get started. So we are going to be concentrating on, so I'm just using roofing as an example because we happen to use this website as our dummy website for all of our demos and stuff like that. So we're just going to keep with the same theme of roofing. So right here, we're going to go back over here and we're going to label this one our roofing service area pages. Okay, so again, why would you want to do something like this? Basically, you want to do this because all of this right here, I'm just outside of Atlanta. So Atlanta has a lot of places that you can possibly go and look at and stuff like that. And all these pages are great for SEO because they are service level pages, and you want to, like, for example, we want to have a Noonan page, we want to have a Peachtree City page, we want to have an Atlanta page, an East Point, Mableton, whatever that is, Fayetteville, Peachtree City, Sonoya, all these different pages of places that we can actually go and service. It's going to make it so much easier to where, like, okay, if all of a sudden I'm a roofer in Noonan and all of a sudden I just get a bunch of jobs down in LaGrange, and then, like, LaGrange is right here. If I get a bunch of jobs down in LaGrange and all of a sudden I don't have a service area page in LaGrange and I want to be able to advertise, cool. Basically, essentially what it's going to come down to is you're going to say, okay, I want to choose the city, state, and the service, and we're going to go over that here in a second, and you're just going to click right, and all of a sudden Make's going to take over, boop, 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 it's going to do its thing, and it's going to be able to publish that page onto your site. You're going to need to do a little bit of extra stuff, but it's going to come up with fresh content in a format that you want, to where now you don't have to go and write that content. It's literally just you going in and just being like, okay, make a couple of small tweaks, like adding an image alt tag and like stuff like that. So some other things, but essentially it gives you the backbone and basis for what we're doing. So what we're going to do up here on the spreadsheet, we are going to start off with this, and we are going to make the trigger. Okay, so this is going to be the mechanism that actually makes this thing run, and then we're going to do the city. We're going to separate the city and state out, because if you have different states that you want to be able to service and stuff like that, you want to be able to, you know, offer those in those areas. Let's do the city, state, and then the service. And so this is where you can, again, we're just sticking with roofing, but if you have different services right here, you can now go in and say, okay, what service do you want to do? And it's going to be very similar to, you know, these right here, but yeah, you're going to have you can be able to have multiple different services and stuff like that. So we're going to start off with this right here. We're going to build on this as we go. But under triggers, all I did was go into this second one. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to drop down. Okay, this is going to create a drop down to where now I can go say, okay, what do we want to do? So I always do, in the beginning, I always do NQ. So that way it's always the beginning point. It is what it is, you know, stuff like that. So with this NQ, that's the starting point. Next one is to write. Okay, and then once we do that, we're going to do the next one is going to be review, and then finalized. Okay, so this right here is just so we stay organized and stuff like that. So we're going to make this one yellow because that one is red. Is going to be review. Finalized means green. Okay, so that just means everything's going to start off in queue. So if we go over here, we're going to change. Oh, nope, we're going to change this to in queue. Stuff like that. So that is what's going to happen. We're going to make this right here. I'm going to click on this. We want to add this list to every single one of these ones on the side. So we're going to start off by just dragging this down. And I'm literally just dragging this little blue circle right here down to, let's just drag it down to 50. Okay, so this next 50 spots, you may not have 50 service area places, but again, we're doing the thing. Okay, so we're going to do this one, Noonan. And with this one, if you want to be able to make this consistent to where if you have an assistant, and again, and if you have any of these that are going to be, you want to eliminate human error, like obviously the city is going to be kind of it is what it is, but state, we could actually go in and do another drop down and say, okay, what state do we want this to be? Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, Tennessee, Florida. Okay, so these are all the ones that are around Georgia, so we could potentially be servicing them. So you can give it colors or whatnot, and it is what it is. So I'm going to keep that. So we're going to do, just make sure Georgia's right there. I'm going to drag this little blue button down here. We're going to make sure this is all Georgia, because I don't want this misspelled. So, and under here, we could change this up to where we can change this to GA, I think Alabama's AL, SC, TN, FL. Okay, so we can do this under initials too, and it should change all of them. Georgia. Let's just go change all of these to BGA as well. So I just literally just dragged it down. So now here's where it gets into where I would probably encourage you to make sure that you have very limited human error. So if you have multiple services in here, we also want to make this a drop down. So if you ever add any to this, so we can do roofing, gutters, inspections. Okay, so we're going to do these 3 services. We're going to say okay, and we're going to choose this first one. The reason why we chose this first one is so that way it's not just blank going down here. So now we're going to go and make this way. So now, okay, so this is where we've eliminated a lot of the human error that could possibly come into play right here. You know, obviously there is a chance for human error, but we are limiting it, which I like. So I'm going to go make this bold because I'm OCD like that. And we're going to make this, let's just put this background as this green. Okay, cool. So we have all of these ready to go, but you're like, okay, what does this have to do with anything? So now we got to do a little bit of prep work. So regardless of whatever you do, you're gonna have to do this anyways. So we're gonna go into our WordPress website. You can see this is our roofing website. I'm gonna go into the back end. So I'm gonna click on this dummy link right here. We're going to click on this, and then there's 3 things that you need in here. So we want to make sure that we have, 4 things that you need in here. So you need rank math SEO, because this is what we're going to be using for SEO. And then down here under plugins, we're going to need to have advanced custom fields, custom post types, and Elementor. So these are all really big things because you'll see here in a second what we're going to do. So we're going to create this custom post type. So we are going to add a custom post type. So we are going to label this one service area. So I tried putting a capital letter, it automatically changed it. So now we're just going to change this one to service area. So now you see all this right here. It looks intimidating, but it's really not. Okay, so right here we have this down here. We can change the menu name to, it's going to automatically pull in what's up here, but we're just going to give this service areas. We can do, it's just going to be labeled add new, yada yada yada, stuff like that. Okay, so all this stuff looks good, and we're going to go down. Okay, so we want to click add new post type. Okay, so when we add new post type, it's going to show right over here. If we go under edit, you're going to see it right here. So service areas, this is going to be where we have service areas, stuff like that. So the next thing that we need to do is now we need to go add a taxonomy to this. So taxonomies are going to be basically categories. So we want to make sure that this is service categories. Okay, so you see how it automatically changed it down. So let's do service categories. Oh, if I could spell. Service categories, and I'm just gonna make it, you can make it singular, it's fun. And then we're gonna add this to the post type. The reason why we made the post type first is because we need to be able to say, okay, add this to service area right here. So we're gonna add this taxonomy. So as you can see up here at the top, you can change the icon, change all this stuff. So like right here, you see all service areas, add new service area, and then right here, categories. Now what we can do is go under service areas. Now we can say, okay, let's add, what were the different ones that we had for services? So we have roofing, gutters, inspections. So going back here, we're going to go, if I could spell, roofing, press enter. These are just categories of the service areas. Roofing, gutters, inspection. Okay, so we have roofing, gutters, and inspection. So these are our categories. So now we can go label all of our pages underneath here. So, but also when we go and write all of our content, it's going to actually go and pull the correct service into the page and stuff like that. But we're gonna get into that here in a second. So the reason why we made this is because now what we're gonna do is we are going to go into our Elementor, which is right here, but under templates, we're gonna go to theme builder. Okay, so we're gonna go to theme builder right here, and what we want to do is we want to go to single pages right here. No, single posts, I believe. So let's go under single posts. Let's see what this one looks like. So this one is emergency roofing, water damage. Okay, so this one is, okay, so this is for all posts right here. So let's do, yeah, so let's do add new. As soon as my computer wants to do it. Okay, so we're going to go to templates because usually the theme template comes with this. So we're going to go down here, service details. So we're going to click insert right there. So now here we go. So this is already pulling up a whole bunch of information, stuff like that. So this is in draft. Okay, so this right here, if we look at some of the bits and pieces of this, if we click on this, this is showing an image carousel. This is going to be one of those things that you're going to need to edit based off of here. So put in your own images, put in your own content, stuff like that. And so with this right here, we can choose. So this is, not sure what this template is, but right here, we can do, there's a bunch of different content right here. You can add this into the footer. We can add this into the footer later. So we want to remove all the excess. So we're going to remove that. We're going to remove that. We can add this. I'll add this later in another video. What is this? Okay, we're going to remove that too. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to remove. I'm just right-clicking and removing. Right-click, remove, because we aren't going to need any of this stuff. So we are going to delete all this right here because we're going to be able to put this, because we're just looking for this to be what's it called? We're just looking for this to be what am I thinking? Automated. So right here, we're going to take out this little description right there because you can add that back later on. But this roof renovation, we are going to want to click on dynamic tags. We are going to want to do the post title right there. So we're going to make this, we want to make this post title. So this is literally what it's going to be. And then what we want to do is go click this little plus sign up here in the top left. We want to click this. And so now we're going to do post content. So I'm going to drag this block right up underneath here. So now post content is going to be what it is. It's going to be post content. And it's going to show up right here. And yeah, so this is what is, I think we came up with this as another description. So this is another video, so it is what it is. But this is just bare bones what it is. Up here at the blog template, we want to say we're gonna click delete, and then what we want to do is go into here and we can add a Google map. So this is where it might get a little bit tricky because we want to add a Google map right here at the top, and we want to have this be the location. So we want to do advanced custom field. So that is something that we do need to do. So we need to make sure that this Google map is automatically populated. So we've already added this, so cool, we're going to keep it as this default for right now because we need to go add those custom fields here in just a little bit. But what we need to do now is we are going to add another, what's called a another section, and we're going to add a header that says our service, other service area locations, other service areas. Okay, so right here now we have other service areas. So now we can go back into here and we can do let's see if we can find it. We want to dynamically add, what am I looking for? We want to dynamically add pages that show up let's do post list. Let's go find, yep, post right here. We're gonna add post right here, and we're gonna go say, okay, classic. We want 1 column, 6 per page. And we're gonna bump this up to 40 per page. But we're only going to show title. We're not going to show the excerpt. We're not going to show read more. We don't want to show the meta description either. So meta, we're going to delete those 2 right there. So that should take them out. So this is showing like dummy content that we've already published in here. But now we want to go into query, and we want to say service area. So right here in the query, this is where we're going to decide what we want to do. So we're going to do service area. Okay, and this is where you can include by author, term, stuff like that. We want to do the date. You can do query IDs, query filters, and then you can style it however you want to. So there's no you can get more defined with some of this stuff with choosing like services and stuff like that. But for right now, we're only doing roofing, so we're not going to be doing gutters. But you can actually change up these criterias because you want to have an individual category page. So we're going to go make sure this, and again, you can make this look however you want to. This is just how we did it right now. So now you have this list of other pages. So now you're cross-linking over to these other pages, and then we're gonna come back and actually update this here in just a little bit. So I'm gonna click publish. It should ask for our conditions, and we want to say, okay, we want to publish this on all service area pages. So we want to do all. Okay, but if you want to do categories, again, you could do in service categories. In service category, you could choose the category that you want this to be in, and that's what I would recommend you do if you have multiple different like products within a category. Again, we're just doing roofing, but if you have multiple different services, create a different service. You can duplicate this template and just change up little parameters, or make a whole new service page, whatever you want to. So let me exit that. So if you want to save this same like layout right here, you want to go up here to the top. You want to go drop this down, save as template. So if you have another service page, we can label this as template as service page roofing. I like labeling things like that just so I know, okay, this is a service page roofing. So now I can go service page gutters, service page this, and we click save, and it should save in our templates where we just were when we actually added this in the very beginning. So you can go in and create your own service page. It is what it is. And so now if I go under service page roofing instead of service details, this came with the theme template, but now I've customized it to be this. So now I can just reuse this on other places and make my own theme template. It is what it is. So you get the picture. We're going to go now, click publish again. Service areas all. We're going to click save. So now anytime that there's a new service page, this now gets populated. So we've created a service page. So let's go back out of here. We're going to exit to WordPress. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go to advanced custom fields, and we are going to ignore some of this stuff up here because this is just kind of annoying. We're going to add a field group. So we're going to add a field group, and we are going to label this our service area details. Okay. So no, I've labeled this wrong. So we're going to go up here and label this the field group at the very top. My bad. So service area details. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what it is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and say, okay, which ones do we need? We need city, state, service. Okay. So let's go back in here, and we're going to do service city, and it should pop up right there. We want to close this down, and we want to add a new field. And we're going to label this one, you guessed it, service state. Should pop up right there. Add field. We're going to do, what do I label that? Actually, the service. The service product. Let's label this service product, so we don't confuse nobody. Okay, we're gonna do. We're gonna add another field. We're gonna label this one meta title, and we're gonna label this one, but we're gonna change this one to text, to a text area. So we're gonna do text area, and we're gonna say meta description. You're going to see why we did this later on, and you're going to remember meta underscore description, because that's going to be a big piece moving here in a little bit. So we're going to go underneath here. We're going to close all these out. We're going to save changes. Okay, so now we save these changes. So now we need to apply these to a specific thing. So like down here, now that we save this, we're going to go say, instead of post types, we're going to say we want to do this in post types. So is equal to service area right here. So now we say, okay, post type equal to service area. So any service area page is now going to have this, have all this field group in it. So if we go up to the service area page and we say, oh, we want to add new service area, we should see a title at the top. Add title. And you see here is city, state, product, meta title, meta description. Yep. So that is what we add in there. Okay, so now we're getting into, so now we know where the advanced custom fields are. We've gotten these all in here. Now it's about like taking what we're going to do in make.com and be able to essentially continue automating. So up here at the top, we want to go click on this little icon right here to go back to WordPress. So now we're going to go into rank math, and we're going to go into titles and meta. And then I'm going to go down here just so you can see the connection between. We're going to open this up in a new tab as well. So I'm going to open up custom advanced custom fields. I'm going to show you right here so you can see all of these. So like right here. So what we are going to want to do is we're going to need this meta title right here. So we're going to need this for right now. Let's go and copy that. So up here in rank math SEO, you see right here, we're in titles and meta. We need to go down here to posts. Okay. So right now, this is by default, what shows up right here. Well, my computer wants to freeze. Let's wait for it to continue on. Okay, so we are up here at the single post title. So what we need to do is change this out, And I'm going to completely delete this. And we need to put in this little snippet right here. Paste this in. This is what you need to make sure the advanced custom field is. So meta title is going to be this. And then we're going to replace the description as this. So these are going to automatically be put into when you create. So the reason for this is as soon as you create a post, this is going to automatically be put into the top. And so now this is saying, okay, custom field, if there's something in the meta title, put it here. If there's something in the meta description, and we're going to go in and actually show how to do that in the second part. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to do the headline is going to be that, and then we're going to do the same thing with a custom field and description. We're going to say that. Okay, so now all this other stuff kind of stays the same. You can adjust this however you want to. We're going to click save. Okay, there's one more thing that we need to do before we start trying to automate things and getting everything ready to go. We're going to need to go down here, and this is the only little bit of code that you need to know. So we're going to go under Appearance, and we're going to go to Theme File Editor. Okay. Yes, I understand. Okay, so right here, this is your theme file editor. This is where you can go edit your basically code. So what we want to do is under Functions, right here, functions.php. Okay, this right here is obviously your functions.php. So this is what is currently in our build out right now. What we want to do is go into the documents down below, and so all the way down here at the bottom, we actually put in the functions code that you need to do. So basically this right here, this, once you copy and paste it in here, I guess I don't need, I do need that here in a little bit. So we're going to go down here at the bottom. So basically what this does is we're going to be doing in make.com, we're going to be giving a focus keyword, which is going to be the service that we're offering plus the city state. So that's what we want to use as the focus keyword and stuff like that. So we're going to paste this in here so you can see all this stuff has to do with rank math and focus keywords. It says get field, the focus keyword. And so this is going to be we're going to need this little snippet later on. You're going to see it. It is what it is. So we're going to click update. Okay. So now once we click update, it's going to go. So we have our roofing right here. We have our cities and states and stuff like that. We have make.com. We haven't started this just yet because this is going to be in part 2. We have the base of all of our code and stuff like that already added onto our WordPress site. We have our advanced custom fields. We're going to keep this open. The last thing that we're going to do just to get ready for everything is we're going to go into maps, and I'm going to go in and choose some of these locations and put them into my area. So Peachtree City, I don't think that's typing. Peachtree City, Fayetteville. Oh, no, don't want to go that way. LaGrange. If I could spell LaGrange. Let's do Atlanta. Let's look at the map. Let's do Sonoya. That's 1, 2. Let's go to Carrollton. Let's do Douglasville. Did I spell that right? I don't think I did. So we're adding in all the cities. It's 2 R's, 2 L's, yeah. And then we're doing Douglasville. Okay, so we have all of our stuff ready to go for the second part of this. We are in the next part. We're actually going to go through building out the make scenario. So we can finish this out. We're going to test out this automation so that way when you go click on this right here, it's going to obviously write the content and go publish it and stuff like that. And it's going to go put it into review so that way you can go look at it and stuff like that. But we're going to be using Claude next. We're going to be using Claude, obviously make.com and WordPress for this next one. So if you like the content that you have so far, be sure to like the video. If you need more content like this, go join our group at join.oscarcandoit.com. Otherwise, I will see you in part 2 of automating your service pages for SEO to build your SEO. We'll see you in the next one.